Jared Curtis is in prime position to pick up the torch and sprint with it, leading to a very, very good future for Vanderbilt football.
You are Locked On Vandy, your daily podcast on the Vanderbilt Commodores, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome into another edition of the Locked On Vandy podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, the number one sports podcast network in the world. I'm your host, Corey Burton. We have a really good action-packed show for you guys. And this week has been a really good, solid week of shows. So when you're iced in, make sure, or snowed in or whatever, just go back through the catalog of episodes. There's some pretty good stuff there. We ranked the portal class. The episode with Mike Huseman is a really good one. So make sure you check out those past episodes. But we'll get another exciting one. The basketball team is pretty much on life support. I think they still have a lot of things ahead of them. They still have a lot of things on the table, but they're in danger of knocking that table over and destroying those things permanently if they have another slip up or another whatever against Mississippi State. So that is going to be a topic of discussion for this episode, and also going to talk a lot of Jared Curtis. Now, the basketball game's a road game too, so that doesn't help. But we're going to talk a lot about Jared Curtis. What are his challenges coming in to Vanderbilt? What would be his challenges if he were to win the QB1 job? Like, what is standing in his way? What are going to be the hiccups? Why can he succeed? What are the things that he's going to flourish at? What are the things that are going for his favor? But first, I want to talk about what to expect. Let's say Jared Curtis does win the QB1 job. What are we expecting as Vandy fans for that? And that's going to be the main topic of discussion. And and those expectations will change based on who could potentially win the starting quarterback role for the Vanderbilt Commodores. But for the sake of this episode, let's say it's Jared Curtis, okay? And the expectations, I feel like they're going to be very, very high for him because of what he came in with, the pedigree that he came in with, being a five-star guy, being the best quarterback in that class, being the best quarterback that Vanderbilt's ever signed. Like he comes in with a high set of expectations. But I've always heard pressure is a privilege. Pressure means you're doing something right. So the expectations are going to be high. You're coming off a 10-2 season, regular season with a loss in the bowl game. So realistically 10-3. You're looking at a team that's trying to build that momentum. Now you lost a lot of players, and you would theoretically have a true freshman quarterback. But to me, I want to know what your thoughts are as well. What do you think the realistic, reasonable expectations would be for Jared Curtis? Now, he's not officially quarterback one, so we can't talk in absolutes here. But if he were to win this job, because he's going to come in and compete for this job, and after bowl practices, he's in pretty good position here to win that job. But the expectations are this. I predict he's going to have a really nice, good run of games to start the season to get ramped up. It's going to go Austin Peay, Delaware, NC State, conference play. And you got 9 conference games. So the expectations are going to be this. Now, I'm not going to slap a win-loss expectation on him. I don't think that's fair for any quarterback with the way college football is right now, with the parity that there is. It's like super parity. But the expectations are that I think Vanderbilt is going to be in every game that they play. He's going to have I'm expecting him to be able to move the ball down the field, operate this offense with true efficiency. I'm predicting with him at quarterback, I think they can win 8 games total. But the expectations, I think, also are going to be for him to he's going to make some freshman mistakes. He's just going to do that, being a newcomer in this league, coming out of Division II single A football in Tennessee, which is private, the lowest classification in private school, which it's not a talent thing. It's just kind of a population thing. There's just not as many teams, and the speed is nowhere near the SEC, which that's never the case. But to me, I think when you look at a guy that's that talented, I think you can come in, take this team to a bowl game. I think you can elevate the level of play of this team. When I watched him at Nashville Christian, you could just see the leadership traits that he had, the intangible stuff, the intangible stuff that he had, similar traits to. I don't think he was as fiery as Diego Pavia, but I think he had some of the same leadership traits as far as getting guys to believe him, galvanizing the roster around him, and just getting people to believe and elevating their game of play and their level of play around him. And he's got a magnetic personality. And I think with those traits, it's just innate to say, okay, you're going to be successful because you're going to make other guys believe in you. You're going to make other guys successful. Now, also the expectations are going to be high because he came in, got some bowl prep work, and he's going to have a whole spring to compete. And in this competition, it's not going to be like a walk in, all you got to do is show up and complete a few passes. Like, there's some good quarterbacks on this roster. Blaze Berlowitz was the backup for Diego Pavia. He knows the system better than any other quarterback on this roster. You have Jack Edwards, who is supposed to be the Diego Pavia clone, chip on the shoulder, scrappy player that can play the quarterback position really, really well. Plays with a similar style to Diego Pavia, where he's a good, tough runner, can throw the ball down the field and things like that. So he's a good quarterback. You have Whit Muschamp, who's a lot in the same vein. Very fiery, like his dad, Will Muschamp, who's now the new defensive coordinator at Texas. So you've got some quarterbacks there that can really get the job done if you need them to. So that really kind of makes that competition very heated. So you have to expect whoever wins that job, and let's just say hypothetically that it's Jared Curtis. Let's say he does come out on top, because the cream will rise to the top. You expect him to be successful. You expect him to be able to move the ball. You expect him to be able to command the huddle and make Vanderbilt competitive, right? And I don't know if I'm ready to slap a win total on it just yet. I want to see this quarterback competition play out before I assign any win totals. But like, what are your expectations of not Diego Pavia? I've gotten so used to doing 2 years worth of shows about Diego Pavia. It's just instinct. But with Jared Curtis, what are your expectations with him? To me, I think he's going to take this program forward. I think he has the talent to do so. I think all the quarterbacks on the roster have the talent to do so. I think Jared Curtis absolutely does. And if he wins the job, which I think he has a good chance at doing, he's going to, with the skill set that he has, and we'll get a little more technical as we go with why he can succeed and things he can do and the throws that he can make. It's just, when you watch him, you're just gonna feel that presence. If you're watching on TV, if you're in the stadium, you're gonna see him walk into the huddle, and you're gonna know who's in charge out there. You're gonna know who is in total control of that huddle. And that's going to be probably one of the main traits that whoever wins this job is going to have. They're going to have to. It's going to have to be the 10 sets of eyeballs that are looking back at you. How can you elevate them? Who can elevate them the best? And that's your guy. And whoever that guy is, I think you're going to be expected to worst case scenario bowl game, right? You're going to be worst case scenario bowl game. And in any game that you lose, you're competitive. It's well fought, and you get better. And the expectation is you get better week in and week out, and you limit the bad, egregious mistakes, and obviously do not make the same mistake twice. So the expectations are going to be high. I know that because Diego Pavia, from the quarterback perspective, has set the bar really high for the next guy. Bringing in Jared Curtis has set the bar, because this is not same old Vandy where you get some 3-star and hope that he scraps his way through the season. You did that with Diego Pavia, and you hit because you had a really good system. You developed him well, and you let him do his leadership thing. Same thing's going to be for Jared Curtis. He's going to come in, and if he's going to win the job, he's going to come in and win the job. He knew that. he also knew that he has a really good chance at winning the job, but you have to, for him, I don't want to say temper expectations because that's going to give him an excuse to fail, and it's going to be like, okay, well, he's failing. Okay, he's just a freshman, right? It's kind of a balance between, okay, he's just a freshman, and we're expecting, like, we just won 10 games. We're expecting you to keep up that momentum, right? You just want him to give us the best chance to win at this moment. Now, as he progresses, as he continues to nudge that bar upward, then obviously the expectations will come with that as he sets those as he goes. And that's kind of how, with a freshman, you don't really have anything to go off of. So to me, it's, we want you to come in, and if you're the guy, we want you to come in and be the guy. We want you to come in and take this job over, right? And that might be a better way of saying it. Like, the expectations right now for Jared Curtis are, you're a 5-star. We stole you from Georgia. Now come in and win this job and be the guy. Show us why that Kirby Smart wanted you. Show us why you were ranked a 5-star. Show us why you believe you can get Vandy to the next level, which is in the college football playoff at this point. Show us. Take it over. Be that guy. Right? Now, I'm not going to put an arbitrary win total there because football has a lot of circumstances and a lot of variables, but come in and be that guy, and the rest will take care of itself. Take this job over. If you're going to do it, take it over. Right? Take it over. And if you're a guy competing with Jared Curtis, don't let him. You take it over. Like, I want QB1 to take it over. That's what I want. And I think Jared Curtis has the talent to do that. So the expectations are that. If you win the job, run with it. All right? So I think he can be successful. Why do I think that? What are his challenges? We're gonna discuss those next. Speaking of challenges, it's NFL playoffs. You have, FanDuel's officially in playoff mode. Every game during the NFL playoffs, FanDuel is giving customers even more ways to get in on the action, because right now, every NFL playoff game day, FanDuel users get a profit boost pack waiting for them inside the app. Each game day, you'll see a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts that you can apply to the bets that you like the most. Open your profit boost pack first thing on game day and see what boosts you want to apply. The boost lets you lean into your game day instincts, whether you're backing momentum, defense, quarterback play, or coaching. If you want to go with the New England Patriots, there's a boost waiting for you. If you want to roll the dice on Jarrett Stidham and the Broncos, there's a boost waiting for you. And the boost gives you more juice on bets you already like instead of forcing you to bet something new, right? So if you want to take those massive odds with the Broncos and bet it, you're going to get some extra juice on there. And if they win, every play feels bigger, and the boost makes your bets feel that way too. You make your picks, you apply the profit boost, and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs just get rolling or stay rolling. So visit FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Thanks for making Locked On Vandy your first listen each and every day. Listen, if you want to join the Everydayer Club, if you're already an Everydayer, why not just go all in, right? Join the Everydayer Club right here, lockedonvandy.supercast.com. If you want to join in on the fun, $5 monthly, $50 annually, and you get access to ad-free audio. You get access to a members-only Discord channel, which is on the Discord app, where you get to chat with Vandy fans and fans all over who are in the Everydayer Club for their respective show that they follow. You get to interact with all of them on this Discord channel. It's a lot of fun. So I'm already having some fun on there, so you should come and join me. All right, Everydayer Club. It's in the show notes. It's in the description, lockedonvandy.supercast.com. It's right here on the screen. So make sure you join, man. It'll be well worth your while, man. It's great entertainment. It's a great forum for you to come in and just talk sports. It says you talk Vandy, you talk sports, you talk it all in the Everydayer Club. Join. All right, now, speaking of joining, right? When Jared Curtis joined the team, during bowl prep, he turned a lot of heads. And I think with that, the expectation was you hope he comes in and you hope he, if he takes over the job, you hope he, can do the right things and make all the right plays and all the right throws and things and hope he develops fast. Well, it looks like that when he comes in, like you can see the talent. And these were reports coming from bowl practices. Like you watch him throw and you're just like, whoa. There was looking around like, this dude's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it, right? And so in the spring, you want to see him take it over. That's the expectation. Now, why do we think he can, because there's reasons why you think he can succeed, why you think he can't, and all that stuff. Why is it that he can succeed? Well, he's got the size for one. He's like 6'4", 230. He's big dude. He's got a live arm, can run, tough runner, not scared of contact, just an absolute menace when it comes to that. And he can throw, he can sling it, man. He can make, and this is extremely cliche, but he can make all the throws, and he can hang in there and he can deliver on a dot. Right. He's got a great understanding of coverages. He's got a great understanding of where the ball needs to go. He's somebody that I feel like could build rapport with receivers very, very quickly, and somebody that's going to take on that role of like coaching the receivers even further and developing that relationship to where he could close his eyes and throw it and he knows exactly where it's going. Like that's the point that I feel like he has the potential to get to. And with all the physical talent that he has, the running ability, the strong arm, the accuracy, the decision making, the processing, all of that, I think makes him. It gives credibility to the fact that he's a 5-star. It makes you believe that he can come in and be successful from the get-go at quarterback. And the challenges that present themselves are, of course, he's a freshman. He hasn't seen this type of speed. He hasn't had to make decisions under duress at the pace that he's going to at this level. And those are concerning, of course, when you look at it. It's hard to, in this day and age of college football, with everyone being so much more athletic, bigger, stronger, faster, more violent, more explosive, it's hard to believe that you're going to put a freshman quarterback in there and think you're going to succeed. And it's a challenging thing. It's a challenging perspective, but and I get that. But what you don't account for is that these freshmen are bigger, stronger, faster. They're not like freshmen were even 5 years ago, where you come in and it actually takes a year for you to develop. Like these freshmen, these incoming true freshmen are coming in better prepared. And I'm not talking about like football wise. I'm talking about physically. Their bodies are better prepared to come in and compete at this level, or the Big 10 level, or the Big 12 level, or at the ACC level. Like these guys that are coming in from high school, you're seeing the success rate of freshmen are a lot more. Now, sometimes freshmen don't get the opportunities at this level because of the way the portal is. And so they become a victim of roster building. They become a victim of the depth chart a lot of times, because in a lot of cases, in a lot of coaches' minds, it's hard to beat out a veteran that's been there, that's played at this level, right? It's difficult. And a lot of times coaches will go with the experience because of the experience, even though sometimes your better player is sitting on the bench. So in that case, sometimes I think freshmen get misjudged. And so you're looking at scenarios where, okay, well, this guy, he signed here, but like he didn't get his chance to play. He portaled out and went and just absolutely lit it up. All he needed was the opportunity. And so for Jared Curtis, like that's the challenge. What kind of opportunity is he going to get presented with? What type of, what do they do with the offense? Do they give him a stripped down version of it? Do they, what do they do? What can he handle? Do they try to give him too much? You'll get a glimpse at like what an SEC level defense, what problems they would present, because they're going to do some good on good in spring. Like you already know. And so you're going to get a dose, and it's going to be as accurate of a dose as you're going to get until they step foot against, realistically, Delaware, maybe even NC State, as far as like getting a true look at, okay, this is what P4 level speed looks like. This is what this player looks like in that system. So it'll be very interesting to see kind of what challenges he's presented with, like reading coverages, disguising coverages, guys moving around, a guy that seemingly teleports from 10 yards back to all of a sudden he's jumping a route in the flat, and you're like, whoa. And so those are some challenges that he's facing, like technical challenges, speed of the game type challenges. Like, is it going to be too overwhelming for him in that regard? But like the physical tools, and I think some of his leadership tools will help, I think, ease that transition ultimately. And that's my prediction here, because I think they did a good job of building the roster around him, making sure they retained the right guys, and then also went after other guys. And apparently it's going to, apparently they really like one of the current guys on the roster for the strong tackle position. And I think that might have led to them not going after a starter quality tackle in the portal to go with Bo Johnson, a second starting quality tackle, I should say, to pair with Bo Johnson, one being the strong, Bo Johnson being the quick. So I think he can succeed, because ultimately when talent meets intelligence, meets opportunity, I think is a recipe for success. And I think Jared Curtis is a guy that can take advantage of that success and take advantage of that opportunity and capitalize, because he's got the moxie, he's got the leadership, he's got the ability to back it all up physically. And so it'll be interesting to kind of see where he goes with that moving forward. So just get excited. Like we're talking about this type of quarterback for Vanderbilt. Like when Diego Pavia first stepped foot on campus, when he first joined the roster, Diego Pavia was not Diego Pavia. We had one game to base it on where he cut Auburn completely to shreds. And we're like, whoa, that's impressive. But I don't know if he can do that in the SEC week in and week out. And he did. So that's what's crazy about it. So can Jared Curtis as a newcomer do that? We'll see. I think he can. I think he has capability. We'll see kind of what he does. So we'll see if it actually matches up and actually aligns. Does he overcome some of those challenges, or does he succumb to the challenges? Does he let the challenges overwhelm him a little bit? We'll see. It'll be interesting in the spring. But speaking of overwhelm, the basketball team is traveling to Mississippi State, and it's already a weird travel schedule now with the weather. So I don't know what's going to happen. It's a weird week. You've gotten shellacked 2 out of your last 3 games. It's hard for me to have any confidence, but we're going to talk about it next. I tell you what, it's tax season, and honestly, nobody likes tax season, but with TurboTax, tax season doesn't have to take over your life. Because this year, TurboTax is making it easier than ever to just hand things off and move on with your day. And that's probably why a lot of people are stressed out, to be honest with you. A lot of people hate tax season. It's because of the stress. And TurboTax, with TurboTax's full service, you can have your taxes done for you by a trusted local expert, start to finish, without the stress or the guesswork, so you can be at ease. Right? So tax season won't be such a big deal. So instead of spending hours trying to figure out forms, you can meet with a local TurboTax expert in person or connect online. They handle everything from W-2s to self-employed forms and work to get you every deduction. You can upload your documents, go about your day, and get updates right in the TurboTax app. It's a huge time saver and gives real peace of mind knowing an expert is handling it. So for a limited time offer, you can have your taxes done by a local TurboTax expert for just $150 all in. If a TurboTax expert didn't file for you last year, just file by February 28th. Take taxes off your plate and get back to your life. So visit turbotax.com/local to book your appointment today. All right. Excuse me. Wrapping up here. Locked On Vandy. Thanks for making us your first listen. Thanks for making Locked On number one. At Locked On Vandy, if you want to follow along on all social platforms, like, subscribe, all of that on YouTube or right here on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts, on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever it is. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow, whatever you want to do there. All right. So here's a concerning thing. This basketball team is in some real trouble right now. And they're on proverbial life support at this moment, right? It is playoff time now, pretty much. It's about the closest thing to it. Because I think if you lose a fourth in a row, you're cooked. You have to win. Now you can maybe lose down the road and still be okay. But you cannot lose on Saturday. And I could break this game down, but it's not really going to matter. The technical aspects of this game don't matter. They don't. Because it's not about that. Right now, it's about confidence. And Vandy has none of it. Vandy has no confidence whatsoever right now. They can't shoot. They can't rebound. They can't shoot and rebound. And apparently they can't play much defense either. And a lot of it is I don't know what happens. 2 out of the last 3 games, they've gotten completely obliterated. And so it's a mindset thing. And we will see just how mentally tough they are. Because Mark Byington said this is embarrassing. And he's right. And so I imagine they have gotten eviscerated in film study. Practice probably has not been fun this week. All that being said, all the matchups in the SEC are tough. SEC front courts are good. Winning on the road is hard enough. That's a good enough feat in and of itself. When even if you're playing at your best, it's tough to win on the road, right? So I'll give them that. It's tough to win on the road. They may not have won at Arkansas. And if they lost another close game, you could stomach that. But they didn't. It's not that they lost necessarily, because I think a third loss, really in the grand scheme of things, doesn't hurt them too bad, just from a numbers perspective, right? That's not what was embarrassing. Yeah, you don't want to lose 3 in a row. I get that. But that's not what was embarrassing. The embarrassing part was that Arkansas, from the opening tip-off, punched them in the mouth, and they did nothing about it for the entire 40 minutes. They did absolutely nothing about it. And they were blocking punches with their face is basically what that amounted to. They just were not doing anything. It didn't seem like they wanted to be there. It seemed like they wanted to be back in Nashville. And it didn't seem like they wanted to play basketball either. Like, I think it felt like they quit. And that's a pretty bold charge there for a team if you say they quit. And no matter how you slice and dice it, they did quit that night. I don't know that they're like that permanently. I hope they're not, but it does raise red flags. They've done it 2 of the last 3 games. So what team is going to show up? This game is going to tell us a lot about this team, right? Are you the team coming into Texas, had an undefeated record with a chance to get off to the best start in program history? Or are you the team that tucked tail and hid under the table as you were just getting punched and kicked the whole game and shellacked? Are you that team? Is that your real identity? Who's the real Vanderbilt here? That's the question that's got to be asked. It's a mental thing. It's a mindset thing. It's a killer instinct thing, right? Because I said it before, and I'm going overtime, and I don't care. All right, I said it before. You're definitely good enough to win every game on your schedule. You have the talent to win every game on your schedule. You have the makeup to win every game on your schedule. You have front court presence. You have a star that can score. You have a second star in the backcourt with Duke Miles. You have a pure shooter. He's not shooting very pure right now, but up until the Texas game, he was pretty reliable. You have a coach that knows how to do that. You don't have a ton of depth. I'll say that. You don't have a ton of depth. That's concerning. But you should, with the depth that you do have, and you have a coach that's pretty creative about how he rotates it in, you should be able to win those type of games. And you should have the killer instinct to say, we're not losing this game. We're not. And they didn't against Arkansas, and that was the most disappointing. They didn't have that mentality. Will they have it on Saturday? Well, they better, because their season's on life support. And that's my challenge to them. Go out and win. Go out and take this game over. Walk out on the court and say, this is our court. We're going to take over your house. And there's nothing you can do about it. They haven't had that mentality. They need it back. That's what needs to happen. So that's my challenge to basketball. Go out there, dominate. Have that mentality. Understand that, hey, we were the best team in college basketball at one point. You have to think like that. Or you're not. It's a confident sport. And sure, I can break down percentages and off ball. I could go into the schematics of basketball if I wanted to. But that's not what this is. This is not what this is. This is not why we're losing. We're getting bullied. We've just gone soft. Anyway, you have a chance to change all that and salvage whatever season you had left. You have a chance to still salvage it. You have a chance to preserve a lot of things that are still on the table. Get a win here, get some momentum, get back on track, and show the world that was just a bump in the road. What are you going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave you right there. We'll take you into the weekend. Hopefully, all right, first thing I want to tell you guys is be safe. There's going to be a lot of dangerous weather out there, dangerous temperatures, dangerous conditions with the ice, possibly dangerous conditions with possible power outages. So be safe out there. Make sure, make sure you handle things safely, and make sure you just do the best you can and try to be as safe as you possibly can. And I'm with you. I hope that we, get out of this fairly unscathed. So I'm going to say that first. Secondly, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. And make sure you continue to, we're going to talk football, basketball, baseball all season long up until next football season. And then we're going to see what the doors look like from there. So a lot of topics within those realms. So you don't want to miss it. You want to like, subscribe, all that stuff. You want to jump on the ride here. So that being said, if Locked On Vandy made your Spotify wrap, you can prove it by taking a screenshot and tagging the National Locked On Podcast Network account on any social platform, right? You get a free month of our brand new Everydayer Club, and you'll get a code and all that good stuff. So be the first to join the Everydayer Club to get your favorite show ad-free and exclusive access to members-only Discord channel on the Discord app. So for those of you on video, we send you to the first ever 24/7 National Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel. And make sure on audio or video. Make your second listen Locked On College Football or Locked On SEC if you want some good content within the network. Until next time, anchor down, be safe, and we'll see you back here next time. Locked On Vandy. Peace.